never done whole parts.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning back into Hops and Horror. This is Bo Cooper here. Tonight we're going to be talking about H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator. What an amazing film. We got a nice review set up going for you guys. But before we get to the review, I'm going to let you guys know that next Wednesday, we're going to be selecting one random winner. A winner that's going to be winning this amazing koozie here. It says Hops and Horror on it. Hops and Horror on the back. It shows our cool logo there. This is from our friends over at Red Rum Graphics. Thanks, guys, for making these for us. Make sure you guys leave a comment, like this video, and make sure that you're following Hops and Horror. Next Wednesday, we'll be picking one winner, and the koozie will be shipped to you. So enjoy the review, guys. Thanks for supporting us.
Man. Hey everyone, welcome to the 6th edition of Hops and Horror. Sorry about that, I was just getting inspired. Anyways, today Bo Cooper and I will be bringing you the 1985 film, The Reanimator. Bo's a little bit hungover right now. Anyways, this film takes place in 1985. H.P. Lovecraft wrote about 6 stories, short stories, and they did an adaptation of those 6 stories and came out with Reanimator, directed by Stuart Gordon. Another one of those films. It combines a little bit of horror, some comedy. I'd say if you were to mesh a couple films together, it'd probably be Frankenstein meets Dead Alive. Good bit of humor in there, and there's a fine line, I think, sometimes between horror and comedy. Once it reaches a certain point of going over the top, it has that little bit of a comedic element to it. I remember watching this film as a kid. It was one of those films that right when I saw it, I was blown away of the gore and the things that they showed. A lot of the 80s horror films, you know, they show you or they allude to a kill or whatever, and they don't actually show you the blood and guts. This movie, it shows shovels going through people's heads, intestines being ripped out, corpses, you know, being reanimated and walking around, and like I said, it shows you everything. It was a great cast, low budget. I think it's filmed over a period of, I think it was 3 weeks. Stuart Gordon was directing plays, I believe, in New York plays or Chicago plays, whatever. Ran a theater called the Organic Theater. Wanted to do some short horror stuff on H.P. Lovecraft. The theater said, you know, we should be doing classic theater and stuff, so he went off to Hollywood and started Reanimator. 3 weeks in the filming, low budget, some of the best effects that you can possibly imagine. Nothing really too fancy, it's just that they got really creative in the stuff that they did. The synopsis of the film is Dr. Herbert West, a young medical student, roommates with a guy that he says that he can reanimate corpses after the brain's been dead for 6 to 12 minutes, and he succeeds. And amongst that is a chain of events that one thing alludes to another, until it gets completely, blown out of proportion. Well, not blown out of proportion, but it just gets carried away. Dr. Hill, which is one of the main guys at this medical school, wants to take over and and claim all the fame to himself. It's one of those films, a classic film, cult film. You got to see it. Reanimator. They eventually came out with 2 sequels, Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator. And I actually like both of those too. A lot of horror films, you know, they produce sequels, but it doesn't stand up to the first one. And don't get me wrong, the first one I think is the best. It is a classic. But I checked out the next 2 sequels, and they were both great in their own right. And it led to us getting Stuart Gordon, and you know, being able to watch Stuart Gordon movies after this. This is kind of like his film, his first film that set him off on the path of being a great, iconic horror director. And like I said, whenever you get a chance, watch this movie. Probably already seen it, watch it again. It's one of those movies that I put together, you know, a horror list every Halloween where I take some of my favorite horror movies, and Reanimator's always on there. Anyways, next to the next part of our review, the beer. Today I've selected Prairie Vanilla Noir. I think this is 2018 right here. 13.7% alcohol. It's a barrel-aged stout with vanilla. I think when it comes to adjuncts in beer, I have to say that the vanilla is probably my favorite adjunct. Something about stouts and vanilla that I like. I mean, I like a lot of stuff, coffee, chocolate, marshmallow, whatever. But vanilla and stouts just go hand in hand. Let's give it a shot. Man, you know what? I think this is literally one of the best vanilla beers that I've ever had. And I've had a few. Fundamental Observation ranks up there. Crab Vanilla by Firestone. But this Vanilla Noir, I mean, I can't say enough about this. This beer is great. I'll let it warm up. Usually my stouts I'll have it warm up a little bit because, you know, the more it warms up, the more flavors you get out of it. And this one right here is, man, I can't say enough. It's one of the best. So cheers to Hops and Horror. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to Bo. I think he's had enough to drink. I think he's done for the evening. Anyways, cheers, guys.